Hey guys, so how are y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing good. Happy October month. Yes, Halloween, everything. If you guys celebrate Halloween or if you're gonna dress up or your kids are gonna dress up, let me know down below. I would love to hear about that. Anyways, I thought I would tell you guys the story about the time that I saw a girl hang herself in prison. And I get this question all the time on my YouTube channel. I've ever seen anybody take their own life or try to take their own life or anything, but I can't talk about that on YouTube. Literally, you guys, and I know I tell you guys this all the time and you probably don't care to hear about this, but since I just talk whatever over here, I'm going to talk about it. So many of my videos have been demonetized and are being demonetized, and I honestly do not understand why. I do not get it. Like, the video with Seth talking about why he went to prison, demonetized. I mean, it's limited to no ads, which means I make like $6 off of, 100,000 views. And so with that being said, YouTube is not all about the money. It's not, but at the same time, it does take a lot of time to film, edit. I mean, it takes a whole entire day to do one video. So that is a lot of work and for no return. And most of them, and it's just frustrating because I know that, like, in my what's it called, my confinement story video, it demonetized. The story that I just did of the guy that did 23 years demonetized. They demonetized so many of my videos, and it's like, I don't know, what can I talk about? I know I could get on there and do makeup and try on hauls, but like, I don't mind doing that. I love makeup, I love clothes, and I don't mind sharing that with people, but I have something way more valuable to give people. But at the same time, it's like YouTube does not want me doing that, and that's just the thing. It's not just about the money with that neither. It's also about, like, when they demonetize a video, it kind of gets blacklisted, so, or whatever you call it, shadow banned or whatever, so it does not get recommended. So therefore, the only way you're going to find it is if you actually come and look for it at my channel. It's crazy. And if you follow me on Casually Christina, you heard me talking about the fact of, like, how YouTube will allow children, 13, 14, 15-year-old girls, to do videos where they're in bikinis and they're like doing all this, that, or whatnot. That's totally fine. But like me talking about real stuff like an eating disorder, which of course was demonetized. I knew that was going to happen. My eating disorder, that's not acceptable. It's like, these are real life issues. These are real things that happen. These are things that need to be talked about. People going to prison and what led up to them going to prison. Like, that can help. But I saw 2 videos yesterday of like 15-year-old 9th grade girls that are showing videos, and they're telling a story about how they got into a fight in high school, got suspended. They're all bragging about it and talking about what she did wrong. They're not talking about it in a learning way. They're talking about it in a way like how she should not have tried me. And then shows a video of people recording them fighting in it. That's perfectly fine. Like, that's good. So it's incredibly frustrating. Anyways, so I was in prison. I was actually in my second prison, Hernando. And I told you guys before that I liked to jog out at the track. Now, the track there was really just a part that was over way on the other side of the prison compound, and it was just like a dirt track. It was a circle that people had walked, and out there was one tree. There was one tree. The compound didn't have many trees on it. It wasn't like a really shaded area. It's, I guess prisons can't have a lot of trees because there's places where people can hide, right? So there was a tree, and under this tree was, up until this incident, bleachers. Okay, there was these tall metal bleachers, just the janky bleachers that you can like move around. It wasn't like anything nice, cement, anything that's like at a, maybe they're at some at a school or maybe like at a ballpark, cement bleachers, tall ones. And I will never forget the day that I saw this little girl hanging from the bleachers. Now, the crazy thing about being in prison is some people do want to end their lives. And then some people hurt themselves. This is the trigger warning. I forgot to say in the beginning of the video, but I'm going to put it in the title. Some people hurt themselves because they want to be moved for whatever reason. See, that's what you can do. Unfortunately, it works like that. Because if you hurt yourself, if you cut yourself, if you are considered somebody that is a threat to yourself, they will take you to an infirmary on another compound and they'll lock you in a single cell room and then they'll supposedly watch you. So a lot of the times, and by a lot, I don't mean like it happens all day, every day, but people do this. They try to hurt themselves so they can be moved for whatever reason. Maybe they got into an argument with their girlfriend. Maybe they, got into a fight with somebody. Maybe they're scared. Maybe people are threatening them. Maybe people are hurting them and they want to be moved to another compound. And if you're at the prison and you're not happy, you can't just go up there and say, hey, I want to be moved closer to my family in Miami. Or, hey, I want to be moved over there because people are threatening me. You can't do that. They're not going to move you. They don't care. So if you hurt yourself, you have to be moved to somewhere where they can help you. And so often people will hurt themselves trying to get moved and they will actually end up really hurting themselves. So you never know when somebody there's many ways that people try to kill themselves. They try to slit their own wrist. And as a matter of fact, my friend Pookie, her name's Alex, that did some videos on my channel with me, that she went to Orlando with me. She talked about being a person that did that. She was a person that would cut herself or do different things because she wanted to be away, right? So often, a lot of times when you hear people going to hurt themselves or whatever, it's not taken super seriously by the inmates because people do it all the time. They do it for their own agenda. And that's their, thing. That's their opinion or that's their decision. You can't save people in prison. You just can't, So I remember that I was walking out to the track. And I guess the track was closed. I remember walking outside and everything being kind of quiet and eerie that day. And I think more people knew about it before I did, but I didn't know. I had my headphones in, so I could not hear. And I remember walking through the gate and walking past the church, because I would have to walk past the church and this other little building, and I'd have to walk between them to get to the track. And I saw the little girl's body hanging there. And the people had already knew because they ended up coming and rushing me, and I remember seeing it. And I'm in my music, I'm in my own little world. I'm getting ready to go out there. I got the music playing. I'm not hearing anything. I'm tuned out. I'm thinking about my thing, and I walk out and I just saw. And I still remember everything about what she looked like. She had on her boots. She had on her blues. She had on her shirt tucked in. She put her hat on. That was the crazy thing. She was in the YO program. I did not really know her because, see, I was on the adult side. She was on the YO side. So we're not really supposed to interact with the YOs because they're considered the children. And even though I was 21 years old or 22, I don't remember exact my age at that point, I was in the age to be in the YO program. They did not put me in the YO program, and I still to this day think, because they don't tell you any of that, it's because I had my GED and the YOs have to go to school every day. So when I saw her, she must have put her hat on because she had the sheet around her neck and she had her hat on, and that was so bizarre to me. And she put her hat on, maybe she was trying to make a statement. I don't know if they were able to save her. I don't know what exactly happened, but I saw them rushing out there. I saw them, by this point, my earphones are out of my ears are telling me to turn around and go back. And it was like a big thing on the compound. Everybody was talking about it. They removed the bleachers after that. There was no longer any bleachers out there. We didn't have bleachers anymore because of that. And, there's another way that people will take their own lives and stuff in there is they'll put sheets around their necks if you're in a cell or in a jail, or if you're in our dorms. We did not have these type of toilets, and it was open bay dorms. But if you got put into confinement or in the infirmary, that's why if they put you in the infirmary where people that are a danger to themselves are, they don't have any sheets. If you heard my friend Alex talk, they put you in that turtle suit. The reason why they put you in the turtle suit is because people will put those sheets around their necks and then they'll flush it. And you may not think that those toilets have so much pressure that it literally can snatch it and strengthen around your neck enough to kill you. And people will do that. And it's just, it's crazy. And I guess the things that I really thought about when I saw that little girl standing, laying, or hanging there was like, I don't know. Was she doing it to get out of the compound? Was she doing it because she really wanted to end her life? Because that compound that I was on was a minimum security compound, which means people that are there are going to get out one day. They're not people that have life. So for you to take your own life and be so young, because she was in the YO program, like what was going on, or try to take your own life, you know, or, you know, there was rumors saying that she wanted to be out of the YO side. She wanted to be on the adult side. That's why she put her hat back on. You know, you see things inside of there that will stay with you forever, you know? And so many questions, like why? Like what was going on in this baby girl's life? Like what went on before this? Like why was she in prison? What happened? You know, I don't know. It's just crazy. People get in there, they cut themselves, they lose their mind in there. Prison will make you crazy if you're not already crazy. I don't know a single person that has went into prison and has not come out with some sort of scars mentally. It's crazy, you know. You think about the fact that when you come home at night and you come into your house, you lock the door to keep the bad guys out, right? When you're in prison, they lock the doors to keep all the bad guys in. So you are literally in the house, living, sleeping with all of the bad guys that you would typically lock your doors to keep out. You're locked inside. And you are one of them. You are one of the bad guys. All right, guys. I hesitate to say I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I know that you probably didn't, but there's another piece of my journey. I love you all so much. Thank y'all for being here. Talk to you soon. Bye.